Hello and welcome to Top Swiss 350 Inform. We're currently an Airbus flight from Budapest to Geneva today. We are programming, well, we've set up the RNAV Approach Runway 04 at Geneva, which as you can see here is basically going to be a direct indis at some point and then on the profile down. So in terms of the setup, it's pretty much LSGG, arrival, scroll down till you get RNAV 04. You can't reselect it. There's no VIAs here, and the star is the Ben 01 Papa. So that's all set up. Then we go into performance page. We set up the ATIS information in here, basically. And now with GS Mini, which is that pesky little tool that basically means that you've always got a good ground speed on approach, so that you don't stall necessarily. Like if the wind drops down to 0 or there's gusty winds, you kind of always safe speed. So I've set 1008, which is the ATIS wind from the tower. And the barometric minimums for this approach are 1617. We're going to be landing flaps full, and we've already engaged the approach mode here, so you can see if I go here, we're already engaged, we can't go back to descent or anything like that. So that's engaged, and as a result of that being engaged, we're actually on AppNav. Once you press APPR, approach mode, you don't press localizer and you don't arm LS at all. So it's just directly to AppNav, and now we're in AppNav mode. We're following these two ILS-like markers. Got Geneva arrival online, so he's basically giving us a heading to fly, which is basically present heading, so I'm just continuing on the arrival really, descending to flight level 80. Transition level today is 8,000 feet, so at that point I will swap out the pressure to 1019, which is the local QNH, but he'll also relay that to me once he gets below 8,000 feet. On the left hand side we've got Mont Blanc, just descending there, so this is actually the valley down towards Chamonix. Mont Blanc and the lovely mountains around the area.
30, squawk 1000, please.
We've got some nice foothills in the background there. On the right hand side we've got the Azure Alps line here basically, and then Geneva is quite a big.
35 uniform, descent 7,000 feet, QNH 1019.
Descent 7,000 feet, QNH 1019 out of Swiss 35 uniform. Okay, there's 1019.
So identify flight level 200, climb and maintain flight level 220.
A bit of speed brake just to get us down. And a little bit less speed brake at some point, so about now. We'll arm that there, so that's armed. We're going to set auto brake low.
And Swiss 30, you are cleared for the Bangkok 3 November arrival. Expect vectors for the ILS approach runway 04.
Very Swiss German. Let's have a listen, see who he is. Who have we here today?
3 November for
Click to view.
ALS 04.
Fabian Gilgen. Righty-ho. Yeah, so seatbelt signs are on. We're now below 10,000 feet, so runway and all of the landing lights on. With speed below 250, we're at 210 knots or so minimum clean, which is absolutely fine. I hope that muted in time for my sneeze. A sip of water. Got The Witcher here to read. Very nice book, The Last Wish. Well, it's the first one in the series. It's basically the background stories to kind of build up the series proper. QNH 1019 is set, and I'll just switch over to the first officer side because we're making a right hand circuit. So basically we're going to be aiming for this gap in the mountains here. This is the interesting thing about the approach to Geneva. It's a very standard ILS, but it's basically lined up to basically pass you through here perfectly. So we'll be doing that.
686, continue descent, flight level 100.
Okay, we're first, I think we're number 1, because he's only at flight level 100 right now, so that's still quite a while to go.
Deeper 686, readability 1 of 5. Please check your mic and confirm descent flight level 1.
I believe that's Lac d'Annecy. Lac d'Annecy. Let me check actually. Into Volanta. That is indeed Lac d'Annecy. However you say it. I wish you know French too well.
Top 35 Echo Uniform, are you able to intercept the RNP approach via Belka?
Affirm, Top Swiss 35 Echo Uniform.
Top 35 Echo Uniform, expect vectors to Belka.
Vectors Belka, Top Swiss 35 Echo Uniform.
Geneva 686, mic check please.
Speedbird 686, still readability 1 by 5. Please
It's
refer
actually
to
2.
text.
Robot check. Geneva 686.
That was readability 2, readable now and then. It's not unreadable.
Top 35 Echo Uniform, turn right heading 310.
Right heading 310, Top Swiss 35 Echo Uniform. Laps 1. Go for the slat speeds now. We'll descend down to 6,000. It's going to be a long, boring final, to be honest, because there's the gap in the mountains, which is still about an 8-mile final. So we've got a gap in the mountains, and then there's the runway. So a long way to go, really. Let's tune localizer, just for DME information. Channel 92431. Actually have that in there, that's Geneva.
Top 35 Echo Uniform, proceed direct Belka descent 6,000 feet.
Direct Belka 6,000 feet, Top Swiss 35 Echo Uniform. There you go, we'll use the special descent there.
Top 35 Echo Uniform via Belka cleared RNP approach runway 04 report established.
By Belka cleared RMP 04 and we'll report established. Top Swiss 35 Echo Uniform. No, we don't want SPR, actually would like Geneva 11575, that'd be good. There you go, that's a VOR DME, 20 miles roughly to the field, grand. Just coming down now, we're not quite fully established.
This 30 descent, flight level 18.
Hold 190 now, because otherwise it's going to take forever. So runway's identified, we're going to expect some bumps over the ridge here on the right hand side. Left hand side is no possible passing over that, we will need to be on the right of that ridge. But we will expect some convective updrafting, convergence, and anabatic winds as we come over the top of that ridge as it is coming from straight ahead. So there's a bit of a, you can see there's the wind direction right now, so you can see the bumps are starting to form. Approach is armed, final lap. So now should descend us down, come on.
Top 4421, Geneva will bonsoir, standby.
Down please.
Speedbird 686, descent, flight level 80.
We're a little bit above the glide path now, so we'll just let the plane sort that out. Seems to be doing it more and more recently.
Maintain present heading.
Present heading, Geneva 686.
Top is 4421, you are identified, flight level 300. Information.
There's the Speedbird up there.
Geneva,
He's on the northern arrival.
Correction cleared for the Bay-Not 1 November arrival, expect vectors island.
Okay, we're established, and we will report it.
That's Penot 1 November for Topsis 441.
That is correct.
Topsis 441 cleared for the Penot 1 November arrival with information Bravo.
And expect vectors ILS approach runway 04.
Expecting vectors to ILS approach runway 0 for Topsis 4421.
This 30, continue descent, flight level 140.
Landing 140.
And top Swiss 35 Echo uniform established RNAV 04.
Topsis 35 Echo uniform, the wind 090 degrees 7 knots, runway 04, cleared to land.
Cleared to land 04, top Swiss 35 Echo uniform.
Geneva approach hello,
Change it to 927.
15 Victor Foxtrot.
Everything else the same. Landing clearance received, landing lights on, seatbelt signs on,
Bonjour.
gear down.
Identified information Bravo, current cleared, Banco 3,
Speed
November
check, flaps
arrival,
2.
expect vectors ILS approach runway 04.
Cleared Banco 3 November arrival, expect vectors runway 04, top Swiss 15 Victor Foxtrot.
Topsis 15 Victor Foxtrot, descent flight level 180.
Descent flight level 180.
70 knots or 160.
15 Victor Foxtrot.
Got the bumps building up now. 8 miles Geneva, which is at the end of the runway, so we've got about 6 miles to the runway. Flaps free, and speed to the aircraft. And we'll take flaps full now, please. There we go, flap full set. Speed brake armed, flaps full. Engine
Topsis
selectors both good.
4421, plan descent.
Auto brake low, landing gear down,
flight
3
level
greens, landing lights on,
105
seatbelt signs on, and cabin crew alerted. Boom.
Plan descent for variable 100 by Silva Topsis 4421.
Manual flight.
Topsis 4421, report ready for descent.
We'll report ready for descent, Topsis 4421.
Bit wobbly today.
Speedbird 686, descent 7,000 feet, QNH 1019.
7,000 feet, 1019. Speedbird 686.
Getting some updrafts at the moment. Doing that. It's very old school Bing scenery right now. Yep, the GS Mini is skipping around. I don't know if you're seeing that now. You can see it jumping up and down. It's basically really adjusting to maintain the ground speed as we've got gusts. There we go, it's more stable now. It's starting to settle. No, stop jumping around. We're cleared.
Planet flight level 140 at Solvat, please.
So I'm going to reduce now.
At Solvat.
Okay, well, flight level 140 at Solvat, Topsis 441.
Speedbird 686, turn left heading 130.
Manual thrust.
Turn left, heading 130. Speedbird 686.
$500.
Speedbird 686, descent 6,000 feet.
100 above.
6,000 feet,
Checked.
Speedbird 686.
Power
Minimum.
set, hold to minimums now.
$100. 50, 40, 30, 10, 5.
Touchdown. Full reverses.
Speedbird 686, turn left heading 070, cleared ILS approach runway 04, report established.
Take the next high speed on the right.
Speedbird 686.
Flaps up. Manual braking.
Topsis 35 Echo uniform, vacate next right, contact apron 121.85, bye bye.
Next right, apron 1218, stops with 35 Echo uniform, bye. Brake to exit.
All stations stand by short.
Over to apron. Vacated Bravo. Geneva apron, top Swiss 35 uniform, vacated Bravo for parking. Switch over to manual, we're going to go to the right. Yes, that was an RNAV approach. In the last second I switched over to manual thrust, which works quite well for getting smooth landings, because you end up with there's no, but the airbus doesn't take over in the flare, so basically you don't have to retard at a specific point. So rather than having this constantly increasing power as you're flaring without having retarded the throttles, which you can also control by slowly retarding the throttles, you've actually kind of set the throttle in a position which you know that gives me perfect energy for a 3-degree glide path, and as I start the flare, I just lose that energy, so the flare becomes shorter but still quite smooth, and then when you pull the throttles all the way back you basically just land directly, so it's quite nice actually. Geneva apron, top Swiss 35 Echo uniform. Geneva apron not online. 85, there we go, that's why.
Level 140 to Swiss 15 Victor Foxtrot.
Papa Foxtrot, here we are at stand parking Alpha 2, request taxi.
Delta 6 Papa Foxtrot taxi to holding point runway 04 via link Delta South.
Roger, taxi to runway 04 via link A and link Delta. Hold short on Golf for Lufthansa 6 Papa Foxtrot.
Geneva apron, top Swiss 35 Echo uniform, sorry, wrong frequency from approach there.
Top Swiss 35 Echo uniform, Geneva apron, welcome to Geneva. Taxi to gate 1 via outer link 2 and inner.
Outer link 2, inner stand 1. Oh, right, sorry, top Swiss 35 Echo uniform. Right, so that's this one here, so we've got to go outer link 1, inner, there's 1, so we're going to go past this whole lot here and then in on the left. Okay, so that's plenty of time for one APU start, so master switcher on. Now watch what happens here if I start this. Look at the compass. Hopefully. No? Okay. The other thing I'm going to do, electric pump on, and we're going to shut down engine 2. Actually, engine 2 idle. Engine 2 shut down. We've got the electrical pump on for the hydraulics. Following the outer. Here's link 1, so I'll hang a left turn in here, and it'll be the first stand up on the head. So there's our stand there, and that's stand 1.
Top Swiss 35 Echo uniform, you missed your left turn, next left, link 1 and then inner 2 gate 1.
Sorry, was it link 1? Or just, anyway, we're near. Doesn't matter, why would you give... Link. Meh. Meh. There's stand 1. Done.
Delta 6 Papa Foxtrot, contact Geneva arrival on 131.325. Enjoy flight over.
131325 for Lufthansa 6 Papa Foxtrot. Thank you very much for your service. Bye bye.
Set up, there we go, and throttle back to idle. Parking brake set and we'll pump up. Okay, brake is now set and engine 1 can be shut off. And come back in and we can deboard. So hopefully this will connect. It's always a bit of a waiting game with this thing. There we go. Right, that's connecting. So let's check the landing rate. Probably too smooth again for EasyJet. 147, spot on what they want. Not too smooth, not too hard either.